Final moments ahead of the start of the men's semi-finals. As we welcome you to the Bangor Aurora Aquatic and Leisure Centre. The 2024 Irish Senior Cup semi-finals set to be contested here. We've seen the women's semi-finals prove properly entertaining. Diamonds and Drogheda will meet in the final of the women's competition, but this is the men's competition now. We're in the first semi-final. North Dublin find themselves facing Cathal. St Vincent's, the defending champions, will take on Sandy Cove in the second semi-final. That to come next. The league champions North Dublin facing Cathal. Reigning champions St Vincent's playing Sandy Cove in the other. As the swim-off for the first possession in this game gets underway, the first quarter. We'll see Cathal get the first touch, but North Dublin the first possession. North Dublin play in the white caps, Cathal in the dark blue. Into possession, James Reid out to Kieran Cope. Nice movement as Hanley takes possession for North Dublin. It'll remain North Dublin ball. Shot clock though is at 4. So North Dublin needing to make it count, and the rather ambitious effort from Luka Vuksic of Croatia means that Cathal escape unscathed. Taking it forward through Matt Hanna, the 32-year-old. Here's Hanna again. Can only control the ball with one hand, except for the goalkeeper. Shot clock was down at 3. Shot needed to come, and Dominic Zahra couldn't find the target. Back with Cathal. It's a tame effort from Callum Taylor, and it's comfortably dealt with by Jamie Cope in the North Dublin goal. North Dublin have it out wide. Barry Nolan, now 41 years old, is Barry Nolan up against McMahon. Cathal ball. Good pass out to the man in space, Hanna, who's been given a little room to manoeuvre into a shooting position. Pass back inside. Shot clock is sitting at 8, so there's a little time. Zahra goes back to Taylor. Hanna. It was powerful, but well dealt with by Cope. Ball forward. This is a surging swim from Hanley. Back live. Hanley gets on the end of it. Can't find the finish. But gets the call. He's drawn the foul. And North Dublin have the opportunity to open the scoring in this fixture. Forward comes James Reid. From the penalty. Oh, James Reid goes good, powerfully, and to the right of the opposing goalkeeper, Chris Hodgkinson. And it is North Dublin who lead by 1-0. Reid with a fine goal to open the scoring in this semi-final. Zahra just off to the side. Hanna, a little pop pass over the top as Zahra looked to go on the overlap. It's just being tugged underwater here. McMahon. Back with McMahon. Shot clock at 8. The pass comes and squeezed in at the near post by Matt Hanna. Cathal back on level terms. It's 1-1 in the pool in this opening quarter. Quick hands, good passing game. And the strategy to work it out to the wing player who fired in off the opposing goalkeeper, Cope. 1-1. Hannah cancels out Reed's penalty. North Dublin, two-time Irish Senior Cup champions who claimed their first National League title since 2005 with a good win over Drogheda in their final fixture of the season. And they're up against the five-time Irish Senior Cup champions in Cathal Brugha of Belfast. North Dublin going on the attack, shot clock at 8. North Dublin ball comfortably claimed by Nathan Taylor. Cathal Brugha back in possession. Hodgkinson searches for swimmers who push forward. Taylor. Got time to pick out a teammate. Taylor, the ball comes back to him from Donnelly and then away by Cope. It'll still be Cathal Brugha ball. McMahon. Donnelly. Just a little wide of Taylor. Shot clock at 10. Little scramble in the hole. And Adrian Hanna can't get on the end of it for Cathal Brugha. It'll be North Dublin ball. Jamie Cope. North Dublin have options. Got a good defensive structure by Cathal Brugha. Not too far away. Fionn McMenamin. Just looking for that no-look shot behind his back. The 24-year-old, one of the younger squad members of this North Dublin side. One it is. We're in the opening quarter. Cope called into action again. This time it's McMahon who takes the shot from out wide. Happy to use the wing play are Cathal Brugha in the early stages of this semi-final tie. Fionn McMenamin. Back with Barry Nolan. Oh, magnificent save from Hodgkinson. Denies James Reed. That was a powerful effort and it was certainly on target. Reed can't find his second in the game. North Dublin 1, Cathal Brugha 1. Cathal Brugha can't score on this occasion. The exclusion. North Dublin have a player off for 20 seconds. Cathal Brugha not able to capitalise. Well, Barry Nolan was off. There's Mark Hanley. Recovery by Reed, who's tugged by his opponent. Reed finding the pass out to Hanley. North Dublin on the attack. Shot clock now at 8. Need to get a little closer to goal here, and Cal Rowan is being put under pressure. Too much pressure in the end as Cathal Brugha come away with possession. So North Dublin finished top of their group, but it was a close run thing. Little jostling going on here for the ball, and North Dublin come away with it. Safely in the hands of Cope, as Hanna is denied his second. Forward by Vuksic. Rowan looking for a teammate. Reed again gets the shot away, this time off target, approaching the final minute of this opening quarter. So North Dublin started their campaign with a good victory over Half Moon, 13-6 they won. And then they managed to beat Corrib 14-9 in their final fixture, though. They went down to Sandy Cove 6-4. That's going to go just past Zahra. Searches for a second for Cathal Brugha, who started their campaign on a very positive note. They put 21 past Clonard, 21-5. They started for a 13-9 victory over Drogheda. And then a loss to St Vincent's by 13-6 in Group B. And North Dublin finishing top of Group A. Cathal Brugha second in Group B behind St Vincent's. Battle continues. McMahon has possession and fires beyond Cope. But that's not going to count. Just a little indication from the referees. It is going to count, rather. So McMahon has the goal back beyond Cope. North Dublin find themselves trailing by a goal coming up towards the end of the opening quarter. Long ball forward by Hodgkinson. It's too far ahead of Zahra, who can't get onto the end of it. Not yet the end of the quarter. Quarter now. Cathal Brugha lead by 2-1 following the opening 8 minutes. So it's coming out for the start of the second quarter. It's Cathal Brugha of Belfast against North Dublin in this men's semi-final. It's the first semi-final here at the Irish Senior Cup. And North Dublin in the white caps against Cathal Brugha in the dark caps. It's a good swim from Paul Laffin, who claims possession for North Dublin early on. Marko Dordevic, 28-year-old, up against Callum Taylor, gets the pass away, finds Dave Sadlier. And that'll be North Dublin ball. And the exclusion for Zahra Dominic Zahra. Got the one-player advantage, North Dublin. Can they level matters up at the start of the second quarter? Shot clock at 8. Out wide, wing play. They need to use it. They need to shoot. And the shot is blocked. Gerard Wilkes can't find a way through. And North Dublin do not take advantage of the additional man. Cathal Brugha back in possession. Zahra received from Doherty. Well, the exclusion for Paul Laffin of North Dublin. Cathal Brugha to take a 2-goal advantage on this attack. Couldn't control Doherty, and away come North Dublin with possession. Wilkes finding Rohan. Brendan Cope turned 38 on Tuesday. Back with Laffin. Shot clock was at 1. And Hodgkinson not troubled. There's Raffo. Cathal Brugha going in search of a 2-goal advantage. It's a lovely bit of work. Zahra picks out the man in space, and Callum Taylor makes no mistake. He's got Cathal Brugha's third, and they lead by 2 in this second quarter. Substitutions coming thick and fast for North Dublin. Barry Nolan is back in. Dordevic up against Zahra. Squeezes the pass to Kieran Cope. Looking for an outlet. Back to Dordevic. Kieran Cope. Little tug on Cope. Gets the pass into some space, but Wilkes is dragged down by his opponent. The recovery, though, from Cathal Brugha is good. Chris Raffo wins it back. Well, this will be North Dublin ball. Laffin. Dordevic. That ball from Hanley just skipped unkindly in front of Cope. Couldn't bring it under control, and Hodgkinson has it for Cathal Brugha. Leading by 2. 5 minutes effectively to go to half-time. McMahon, who's already scored for Cathal Brugha today. North Dublin have it back. Good defence, sees the turnover. Initially looking long was Cope. Decided instead to just squeeze the ball forward to Dordevic. Out wide with Hanley. Shot clock at 3. 2. Hodgkinson makes the save. It'll be North Dublin ball. But pressure to shoot here. Mark Hanley gets the shot away, but Hodgkinson, a firm right hand. That ball is parried to safety. North Dublin. Hanley into space, looking for Cope. Kieran Cope. Zahra. He's been heavily influential. Is yet to score though for Cathal Brugha. It was Hannah who got the first for Cathal Brugha. And a man who's got his second and Cathal Brugha's fourth is Matt Hannah. Rather McMahon. Matt Hannah with a little assist. McMahon with the finish. North Dublin under pressure. McMenamin laying it back to Reid. He's got the only goal for North Dublin so far, and that came from a penalty. Cope back to Reid, who's got a very powerful shot and shows it with this effort. Squeezed past Hodgkinson in the Cathal Brugha goal. North Dublin pull one back. They go to 2. Cathal Brugha lead by 2, 4-2. Piers Doherty back on for Cathal Brugha. McMahon. Doherty. McMahon. Hannah. Doherty. Shot clock at 8. Didn't need to rush it. Reid has it, taps it back to Cope. Hanley forward. North Dublin ball. Kieran Cope. In space, Barry Nolan. Experienced player, Barry Nolan. Oh, that's simply lovely. McMenamin with a goal. Fionn McMenamin. A no-look shot. Receives. Head was underwater at the time. Nolan with a pass to Fionn McMenamin. And North Dublin have dragged themselves back to within 1 of the Cathal Brugha side that was threatening to get away with this game. Cathal Brugha leading by 4 goals to 3. They play in the darker swim caps. Raffo back on. Doherty. Doherty hits Cope under the chin. Got his body firmly behind the ball, and Reid comes away with it for North Dublin. Swimming back into their defensive positions, Cathal Brugha. As Reid finds the pass to Hanley, but his pass incomplete. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hodgkinson forward, Doherty. And the powerful shot from Adrian Hannah. Gets himself on the score sheet. After the younger Matt Hannah scored, Adrian Hannah now on the scoreboard. Cathal Brugha back in front by 2. 5 plays 3. Work for North Dublin to do. Kieran Cope finding Reid. Couldn't bring the ball under control. Cathal Brugha turnover possession. 90 seconds of the opening half remains. Taylor onto this quickly. McMahon against Vuksic. McMahon receiving it back from Taylor. McMahon under pressure, shot clock at 3 and fires off an effort that lacks power, and Jamie Cope able to smother it. Not really using the whole set, Cathal Brugha, but they're finding the goals. They've got 5 already in this opening half. North Dublin ball, and fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be another penalty for North Dublin. The exclusion for Callum Taylor. North Dublin tried to get the shot in with the player off. And then foul drawn. James Reid will have the chance to find his 3rd goal in the game and beats Hodgkinson. It's his 2nd penalty. But North Dublin back to within 1 of Cathal Brugha. "40 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Still 2 timeouts available to these respective sides. You generally see those coming later in the game. And as I say that, timeout is called. Under 30 seconds remaining. Cathal Brugha in possession, leading by 1. Can they extend that advantage before the break? McMahon looking for his 3rd. Hannah! And Adrian Hannah fires off a powerful effort that's cleared off the goal line. Great interplay between McMahon, Matt Hannah and Adrian Hannah, who has that powerful final shot. Might take something off Cope, but James Reid certainly recovered possession for North Dublin, who tried to fire that ball in. As the 2nd quarter ends and the opening half is done, it is Cathal Brugha who lead North Dublin by 5 goals to 4 in the first of the men's semi-finals. Just about set to get the third quarter underway. It's North Dublin 4, Cathal 5 through the opening half as the swim-off to start the third quarter gets underway. Uncontested by Cathal. North Dublin have the ball with Kieran Cope. Now Reid. Adrian Hanna applying a great deal of pressure on Reid. Gets the pass away into the path of Barry Nolan. Barry Nolan looking for McMenamin. Can't find him, and Cathal come away with possession, courtesy of Matt Hanna. He had an impressive opening half for Cathal. And the Belfast side in front by 1. Zahra. Oh, that's clever from Zahra. Very clever from Zahra, and a fine finish on the turn for Adrian Hanna, who spins around and sends Cathal into a 2-goal lead. It's 6, plays 4. North Dublin get play back underway. They trail by 2. So Cathal with the early goal in the third quarter. They take a 6-goal-4 lead as Adrian Hanna fired in his second of the game. Matt Hanna recovers, and Hodgkinson has the luxury of waiting to pick out a teammate. The man who's rushed forward, put himself in space, Jonathan Donnelly, receives now from his goalkeeper. Donnelly calling Raffo. Cathal in possession. Matt Hanna, tight angle, looks for the pass back inside. Matt Hanna. Shot clock at 7. 5. Back post, McMahon can't bring it under control. Matt Hanna needed to fire. It hits the frame, and that will not add to the Cathal score. It was a good possession. They had advantage. And North Dublin had a great chance to hit on the break. Forward and fired home with aplomb by Mark Hanley. North Dublin go to 5. Hanley fouled initially. Play got back underway and he fired it home into the back of the cage. It's a 1-goal game. Cathal leading by a solitary goal, 6-5. There's Donnelly. Doherty being given loads of room in which to manoeuvre. Doherty might go all the way, and that's going to be a penalty for Cathal. This time it's Mark Hanley, who himself was fouled a short while ago before scoring for North Dublin, who concedes the penalty, and Zahra swims forward. Zahra has his first from the penalty. Cathal back in front by 2. Fine effort. Just skips the ball off the surface as Cope launched himself out of the water to get high, trying to prevent any powerful aerial effort. Here's Reid. Under pressure from Doherty. Big hand on that by Hodgkinson. Denies Dordovic. North Dublin still in possession, moving the ball around sharply. Shot clock is at 12, but we'll see the exclusion for Cathal Brewer, making his way to the area immediately behind the rope. The goal line is Chris Raffo. Back on now, following the end of the passage of play. North Dublin ball. Space for McMenamin. Gets the ball forward. Finds Paul Laffin. McMenamin. In behind Kieran Cope. Looks for a shot. And skips it off the surface, but wide of target. North Dublin down by 2. 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. The side that claimed the National League title for the first time since 2005, North Dublin, trailing Cathal Brewer, 5-time Irish Senior Cup champions, looking for trophy number 6. Zahara on target. Cope aware to that snapshot. Turnover. Cathal Brewer ball. Adrian Hanna. He's got 2 in the game. He was looking for McMahon. The exclusion for Dordovic. Cathal Brewer up by 2 and up by a player for this passage of play. Zahra, Matt Hanna, Adrian Hanna, McMahon. Shot clock sounds and turnover. Dordovic is back on. Cathal Brewer had a glorious chance to go 3 in front. North Dublin now looking to cut the advantage to 1. Under pressure, and that's going to be a penalty. Barry Laffin, the player fouled. James Reid comes forward, having lost his swim cap. Given an opportunity to recover it now. And Reid will see if he can fire in his 4th goal and North Dublin's 6th of the game to make this a 1-goal game yet again. Reid against Hodgkinson. Reid makes no mistake. 6 plays 7. North Dublin are down by a solitary goal now. The 28-year-old fires home successfully. Hodgkinson going straight down the centre, throwing his arms forward. Cathal Brewer to get play back underway. Adrian Hanna. Back to Nathan Hanna. Zahra. McMahon fires a powerful effort that Cope manages to repel. Hanley. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Hanley with a poor pass that McMahon gleefully accepts. He's got the chance of putting this in front of Adrian Hanna. There was a near perfect pass. Adrian Hanna got a touch on it, but well defended by Luka Vuksic. It's still Carl Brewer ball. Cope comes out, and that'll be North Dublin ball. So possession overturned. North Dublin go on the attack, seeking an equalising goal. And the turnover complete. Cathal Brewer. Timeout called. Cathal Brewer leading North Dublin by 7 goals to 6 in this men's semi-final. Post timeout play. Cathal Brewer ball. Hodgkinson forward to McMahon. Out wide quickly. There's plenty of time. Shot clock at 16. Initial block. McMahon sees space, but Cope with a fantastic save. Parries it round the outside of the goal. McMahon again. Quick hands. Finds Taylor. And Cathal Brewer go in front by 8 goals to 6. Adrian Hanna with another. Just over a minute to go in this third quarter. 4 quarters of 8 minutes each. Cathal Brewer ball. Callum Taylor. Hodgkinson forward, finds Matt Hanna. His passing game has certainly been on point today. Donnelly. And a fine finish as well for Matt Hanna to open the scoring for Cathal Brewer. Back with Hanna. Looking for Adrian Hanna. 3 to go on the shot clock, and Matt Hanna is denied by Jamie Cope. North Dublin launch the long ball forward. Here's Hanley. Hanley. And that's going to be a penalty. Mark Hanley earns the opportunity to get North Dublin back to within 1. James Reid has got 4 in the game for North Dublin. Mark Hanley and Fionnan McMenamin having scored 1 each for North Dublin. James Reid has got the other 4. He's got a chance to make it 5. Up against Hodgkinson with just seconds remaining in the third quarter. Needs to be accurate and is. Reid goes good again. And North Dublin are back to within a goal of Cathal Brugha. Fine finish from Reid. Forward comes Donnelly. Just a little too far ahead of Raffo. Back with Matt Hanna, and that nearly over the line. Zahra got a touch on it. No goal. And with that, timeout called. We're at the end of the quarter. First semi-final of the men's competition at the Irish Senior Cup of 2023-2024 season here at the Bangor Aurora Aquatic and Leisure Centre. It's a very tight contest between the league champions North Dublin and Cathal Brugha, the 5-time Irish Senior Cup winners. Swim off to start, and Cathal Brugha take the possession. They lead by 1. Matt Hanna tosses it out to Donnelly. Just a little push pass, and Hanna being given space to swim into shooting range. He'll look for the pass. Shot clock at 10. Good dry pass. Shot needs to come in, and that was nothing more from Callum Taylor than a little lob over the top of the defender. Very comfortable for Jamie Cope in the North Dublin goal. And North Dublin have a chance now to get this ball forward. Kieran Cope under pressure. He feels aggrieved that he didn't get a call in his favour as Chris Raffo was there defending. And Jamie Cope pulls off a wonderful save to deny Zahra. Cathal Brugha had a glorious chance to go 2 goals in front again in this game. Reclaim that 2-goal advantage. Kieran Cope gets the call in his favour. Looks for the pass. North Dublin ball. Dordovic going underwater. Here's Reid. He scored 5 of North Dublin's 7 goals. And Marko Dordovic hits the frame of goal and away. 6.5 minutes of this semi-final tie remain. North Dublin and Cathal Brugha looking for a place in the 2024 Irish Senior Cup final. McMahon finding Donnelly. Rafa over the top. And Zahra finds himself fouled. And Zahra is a genuine finisher. He's got a wonderful penalty shot. Scored already from the penalty mark in this tie. Zahra again skips it off the water and past Jamie Cope in the North Dublin goal. Reclaiming that 2-goal advantage now, Cathal Brugha. 9 plays 7. Time running out for North Dublin in this fourth and final quarter. North Dublin in possession though. Here's their main scorer, Reid. Callum Taylor a little too enthusiastic in trying to win that back from Reid, but good pressure. The intent was good. Ball out to Hanley. That'll be North Dublin ball again. Chris Raffo a little too enthusiastic. Again, Raffo doing the defensive work. This is plucked out of the air brilliantly by Jonathan Donnelly, and Cathal Brugha have it back. Hodgkinson now. Oh, Cathal Brugha straight into James Reid. Cathal Brugha looking to go to double figures and extend their advantage over North Dublin to 3. Forward into Dordovic. Dordovic gets the call in his favour. Hanley looking for options. Finds Laffin. Laffin tries to go, but fires it straight at Dordovic, his own player. Off target, and Hodgkinson gleefully accepts the ball that is tapped his way. There's still time for North Dublin to work their way back into this game, but how do Cathal Brugha manage this fixture? Zahra, Adrian Hanna. And turnover as the shot clock hit 0. North Dublin ball. 4.5 minutes. Kieran Cope back with Hanley. Over the top. Laffin, and North Dublin are within 1 of Cathal Brugha. Ball out to Paul Laffin. Cathal Brugha, do they try to manage their lead? 4 minutes remain. That's still plenty of time in a water polo fixture. Donnelly. Zahra again, back with Donnelly. Adrian Hanna jostling for positions against James Reid. Shot clock at 6. Needs to go for the shot here. McMahon tries. And again the turnover. Taking too much time in possession. Cathal Brugha. Hanley just leaves this a little behind. He's got the player out in front of him, and Kieran Cope is dragged back by his defender. Stevie Nolan just having a word with his North Dublin side. So North Dublin ball. Cathal Brugha with Jonathan Donnelly sitting out after his exclusion. Great chance to level the game here, North Dublin. Dordovic, will he go for goal? Dordovic. McMenamin's got one in the game. Back with Reid, he's got a powerful shot. Opts to go the way of Kieran Cope, who sees it ricochet off the frame and away. Initially, it ricocheted kindly for North Dublin as Brendan Cope, who turned 38 on Thursday, got on the end of it, but he too failed to fire it beyond the opposing goalkeeper Hodgkinson. 9-8, Cathal Brugha in front by 1. Cathal Brugha ball. Callum Taylor swims out of the field of play. On in his place, Piers Doherty. Zahra. Dominic Zahra looks for his teammate Nathan Hanna. Now with Doherty. He's got a powerful shot. Shot clock counting down. Looks to go beyond. Jamie Cope, who recovers well and then knocked over the frame by Jonathan Donnelly. Cathal Brugha have threatened on numerous occasions to get their score into double figures, but they just can't take advantage. North Dublin have managed to pull one back, and they're within one goal of levelling this fixture up. North Dublin ball. And the exclusion here for Jonathan Donnelly. So this genuinely a great scoring opportunity for North Dublin, who've just passed the ball away. Zahra brings it down for Cathal Brugha. They had the one-player advantage, did North Dublin. Could not convert an equalising goal. The two-time Irish Senior Cup champions, North Dublin, the league champions, in danger of being eliminated at the semi-final stage. Shaw very close to Zahra finding a third goal in this semi-final tie. And again, Cathal Brugha can't hit double figures. Threatening on several occasions to do so. Dave Sadlier. Kieran Cope with quick reaction times, but even quicker reaction was Hodgkinson, quickly to his left to deny Cope. How about that? A snap effort, and Hodgkinson says, not on my watch. Cathal Brugha. A goal here would not seal it, but would certainly give Cathal Brugha a cushion strike. Jamie Cope looking for options. Where does he go? Reid says, pass it to me. Dordovic now. North Dublin strive for an equaliser has been the story so far. And that'll be Cathal Brugha ball. Happy to count the clock down as much as they can here, Cathal Brugha. There's 40-odd seconds left in this quarter to the end of the game. The shot clock now at 15. But if they can count down the clock and find a late score to send them 2 goals to the good. So they'd be through to the final. Reed with a foul. Cathal Brugha ball. Shot clock at 15. 20-odd seconds remain. Matt Hanna out to McMahon, who squeezes it past Jamie Cope, and that surely is the result. Cathal Brugha go to double figures. They've finally got goal number 10. McMahon has his third, and a furious Jamie Cope tosses the ball forward in frustration. The league champions and they're on the brink of crashing out. Luka Vuksic tries to work that ball forward to Hanley. Is there a consolation goal here to narrow the scoreline? 5-odd seconds remain. And that is going to be out. Less than a second on the clock now. Cathal Brugha have got this game done and dusted. That is the end of the fourth and final quarter. It is Cathal Brugha who advance to the final of the Irish Senior Cup and have a chance to win their 6th Irish Senior Cup crown. They have beaten North Dublin by 10 goals to 8 in this entertaining semi-final fixture. While James Reed scored 5 of the North Dublin's 8, McMahon and Adrian Hanna with 3 each for Cathal Brugha to add to Zachara's 2, Callum Taylor's 1 and Matt Hanna's 1 to give you the double figures. A 2-goal advantage. Cathal Brugha march on. North Dublin have had their competition ended.